All right, welcome back to the channel. This is Toto Bravo. We've got the Coleman CT200U-A here today, and you can see that the Predator engine has been removed. It is up here on the bench, and the reason it is on the bench is we are going to upgrade it with a billet rod and a upgraded cam. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you. As you can see, we have removed the side cover for the Predator project, the Predator 212. We've got a upgraded cam coming and an upgraded billet rod. So that, I think, will be the last two upgrades to this engine. We already have the 26-pound valve springs, upgraded exhaust, Nibbi carburetor, billet flywheel, and then we'll have the billet rod and an upgraded cam. I can't remember the actual nomenclature to the cam, but the new one that's coming does have a 265 lift. I'll give you the details obviously when we get that from OMB Warehouse. We went with OMB Warehouse this time around, and just to see how things go. So we've drained the oil out. Obviously you can see how nice everything looks in there. No issues. Obviously a little bit of metal in the oil. This is like oil change number 4 maybe. Not a lot, just a little bit. The oil was still pretty clear. Wasn't too bad. You can see in there everything looks really good. Try not to block the light, but we'll kind of move everything a little bit. Everything looks really good. Looks sharp. So I'm excited about putting those new parts in, putting the side cover back on, and putting all these bits and pieces back on the bike and getting it back on the road for another top speed run with the addition of the new parts. Soaking the 420 chain in some oil, cleaning that bad boy up. Everything else looked really good. We're just waiting on parts, so we will pick up this video as soon as we get the parts in, and then we'll start removing these old parts and putting the new stuff in. Hey, it's Toto Bravo. Welcome back to the channel. We have gotten all of our upgrade parts in for our Predator 212. What we're going to do is we're going to, number one, put a dyno cam in. As you guys can see right here, dyno cams. This is, let's see here, let me find the cam card. Moment. Again, it is a 265 lift, and the valve lash for intake and exhaust is 0.003 with a recommendation of a billet flywheel, which we do have. The next thing we have is a billet rod from ARC, 3.308 Predator 212 Hemi non-Hemi billet rod. And that is here. We've installed one of these previously. Rod bearings. And last, let me show you the cam too. My goodness. This is our 265 cam. Let's see if it's labeled as anything on here. We've put the cams in from Joe Power Sports, but this is from OMB Warehouse. So let's see if there's any markings on this cam. There are, but they're very, very difficult to see. Let me turn the camera here. Really doesn't say anything. But you can see how that looks very familiar to the Hot 265 cam that we installed. But this is the dyno cam, 265 cam. And we've got some 5mm EC 5mm billet retainer kit with 22-pound valve springs. This currently is running 26-pound springs. We're going to take these 26-pound springs and install them in our Tillotson 212 and replace the stock springs with the 26-pound springs, and then putting these EC springs, 22-pound springs, in this particular motor. I know that's a lot. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is, I think we'll pull the old cam out, if we can. Well, that was rather tight. You guys saw that shoot out. So here is our OEM cam. Predator OEM cam. We will set that aside so it's out of the way. That thing shot out of there like a lightning bolt. Tappers. Tapper. Put those as they came out. We've ran the crap out of this previously. Okay, our rods haven't fallen out, which is fine with me. Let's get ready to take the stock billet rod out, or stock rod out. Might be a little bigger. That's a 10. So there's that. There's that. That wasn't too bad. This way. There's 2. And there's that. So there's our stock bottom to the rod. Looks good. No issues. Didn't expect any. Engine ran really well. We're going to go ahead and push. You know what? I wanted to do it this way, but I'd have to take the flywheel off. So really, what's the lesser of the two evils? Flywheel or head? I don't know. So turn this bad boy here. That's an 8. Let's get ready to pull that. Bring the camera back a tick. And over just a little more so we don't bang the camera. Valve cover off. Leave the gasket on there. Alright. Alrighty. What do we want to do now? Alright, that's not going to work. But this way. There's 1, 2, 3, and we should probably take the plug out. We don't want any brakes. we go. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. There we go. Plug out. There you go. So this whole thing's going to come out. We're going to need something to hold so we don't have gas leak from the carburetor. So we got just the thing. We do a little work on the oopsie daisy. We've got to take 2 of them out. We overlooked those shield bolts. Let's get those real quick. There's that. And everything's about to come out. Let's lift you up. There's that. All right, we got both of those out. Okay. Everything aside. Everything looks good. All right. Take our rods out. Put them in the correct area. Gasket, correct area. Everything looks good. All right. So far, so good. I think you guys can see the piston face there. We'll try to get the light a little better. There you go. So we can see the piston head there. We'll try to pull that up to top dead center. There we go. All right. So our piston's coming out. Alright, so there's our piston. It looks good. All the rings are facing opposite directions. Let's wipe the face down a little bit. See a little wear on those sides. Huh. Just a little. Piston face looks good. Try to wipe that down a little bit. All right, clean the piston up a little bit. That doesn't look too bad. Not at all. Some wear marks on the sides. But nothing looks alarming. Let's look at the interior. That light is weak. I don't know if I have another light. All right, let's see how inside the block looks. Inside the block looks good. No issues at all. So let's hook the camera back up here. Actually, got electric motor there. Okay. Turn off our light. And first thing we're going to do is replace our stock rod with our new rod. Okay. New bushings. Gorgeous on the inside. I'm gonna have to take this apart, break that down, and put our bearings in. So let's move you back, you over to here. They've already tightened that down for us there once. We'll have to grease everything up. So let's get our grease gun. Oh, not our grease gun, my bad. Oil everything up. So a little splash of oil in here. Find our little corner. And let's go ahead and seat these bearings like so. Notch the notch there. And let's get some more oil. Find our notch side. Find our notch on our bearing. Seat our bearing in here. There we go. Now we want to oil though. Well, we really don't need to oil that up yet, do we? But what we do need to oil is our bolts. They're good and oiled up. Okay. Now there is a little circular clip in here that we're going to have to pull out, which is a pain in the butt. We're going to pull that clip out. All right, so let's pull that little ring out of here without shooting it across God's creation. There we go. There's our ring. We have our arrow down. Push our knuckle out. Pull our old rod out. Grab our new rod. Make sure that the long end is down on the same side that the arrow is. Grease up our knuckle again. Knuckle's good and greased. We're going to guide you back in and slide the whole assembly back together like so. Long end, arrow down. Grab our little C-clip again, and you want to seat it. We should probably wipe real quick. Seat it in here. There you go. Make sure that you rotate the open end of the clip around and away from the open area. So now everything's solid. We want to double check and make sure all of our openings are, there's one opening there. One there. One there. And one there. So all our openings are nowhere near one another. So that's what you want on the rings. Grab our all right. There we go. Right about there. Got a sufficient amount of the piston out the back end. There are easier tools than this. This is something we got from Harbor Freight, but it works. All right, so your arrow's down, long end's down, everything is good and greased up. Grease the sides of the piston. Grease the wall of the pistons, the wall of the block. There we go. Make sure your arrow is down, and then we'll tap, tap, tap. But give me a moment. All right. So everything should be lined up. Let's do a tap, tap, tap. Looks good. Looks like everything stayed where it was supposed to. Didn't look like any rings curled or popped or anything horrifying like that. Bring you guys over for a better look. Looks good. Arrow down. Piston looks really good. Everything looks good. So we need to go ahead and put this head back on so we can fix up this mess here. And then we will re-torque down the billet rod to the shaft. So let's move you back over here like that. Probably take these bolts out just so we can set it on there a little better. And there. We've got this gasket here, which we know fits. And we got the thicker gasket. This looks like a better gasket. I think we'll stick with original, just because we don't want to piss around with anything right now as far as clearances. So we'll stick with the original. All right, let's get this head on. Utilizing, there we go, the OEM provided utilizing the OEM provided, using the OEM provided gasket. Slide this head back on with a little luck. Oh, don't bounce off. Are we on? I think we're on. Yeah, we're lined up. Oh, there we go. Let's put a couple of these in. Yep, you know what? I did notice something. I'll be right back. We have 2 bolts that are painted and 2 bolts that are not. We don't want to put the painted bolts inside the engine. That would not be a good thing to do. So there we go. Non-painted inside. All right, so let's tighten these back up. That's good. Move over here. Kick. Actually, there you go. That one's good. That one's good. And we'll put an extension on this and tighten those down. What do you say? What do you say? All right. We'll do up here. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go. All right. So our head looks like it's good to go. Now, next, let's rotate the block and work on tightening up that billet rod. What do you say? So let's rotate our shaft and all right, so we had to switch from 2.7K to 1080. The other GoPro wasn't having it. So let's get this one all adjusted up. There we go. So we were in the process of tightening this and tightening it. Oh, let's see if we can get that tightened up. All right, let's tighten this up. Well, would help desperately if we went the right direction. So now, knucklehead, now let's tighten it. Okay, here's our lowest setting, and next, And obviously we had to switch out torque wrenches because the other one broke. Okay, almost there. What do you think? That's 150 inch-pounds. Let's double, triple check. Ready? That's it. Let's try double check the top one. Put it in there. All right. So we did have a, I think we're in, yeah. We did have a loss there. One of our tools, unfortunately. But that kind of thing happens, right? So, I don't know what I did with the, oh, let me move this stock rod out of the way, marry it up with the bottom. All right. So we're good now. We should be good as far as clearance. Let's see what we've got. All right, next we will put in our tappets, followed by our cam. So this was our far side, nice and clean, and that goes up in there. This is our close side here. These are still nice and oily. That goes there. Now for our dyno cam, now for our dyno cam, our 265 cam, we're going to get these timing marks squared away. There's our timing mark there. That might be a little aggressive. I might need to bring that back just a hair. And look at that. I'll bring you guys back up close. Right there. You can see our timing marks are lined up. Okay. So we got our Dynacam 265 cam in, our billet rod. What do we have left? Well, I think we need to put the side cover back on, and then we'll build the valve train back. What do you think? I think that's a good idea. So we've got our one stud here. We're missing a stud. I think it's in the case. Here's our gasket. Here is our cover. And here's our other stud. Right there. Let's lean our engine back just a hair. I think that just makes putting it in much easier. Bring the camera view up. Right there. Put our gasket on. Everything should be fine. We're gonna put a little oil in here. The bearings. Oil. Oil up our cam. Sounds like we need to fill that up again. And with a little luck, get our little what do we got going on here? There we go. Make sure we don't have any rag in there. Once we get this all hooked up, we will we'll clean the block off in a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I believe those are 10s, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yeah. Okay, next is, give me a moment. We are already set for we're torquing these down to 20. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. All right, side cover, all torqued down. Back to the valve train. All right, we got our proper gauge here for our valve lash. Let's get it right. Okay. So there's that. We're going to hold you steady. Tighten you down. We're going to hold you steady. Tighten you down. There's that. So that side's good. That side is good to go. That side's good. This side is not good. This side is a little off, I think. No, we're good. Tighten that down too. All right. So valve lash is set. 0.003 as per our DynoCam card, right? Right. All right. All looks well there. Let's get our valve cover and gasket prepped. Valve cover and gasket. First of all, my bad. They always say. There we go. Just enough oil left to prime that up. Okay. One. Two. And let's move the camera back. What do you say while we tighten this? All right. We need an 8. We've been pissing around with everything all morning. Changing stuff up. Probably shouldn't have done that. I thought I had them all started. There we go. There we go. There we go. What do you think? Everything is nice and tight. Valve cover is good to go. All right, we got 5 mils to put in here. 5 mils, 8 mils, knucklehead. that. And there's that. Heat shield on. All right. All right, how we looking? We still videoing? Yeah. Good Lord, huh? That took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. Right? All right, so we're going to rotate you back. What's next? What's next, my friends? My friends. What's next, my friends? Spark plug. Looks like it might have been running a little. I don't know. That looks pretty good. It's not too bad. Let's go ahead and seat the spark plug. Go next step. A little bit of oil. What do you say? Let's try to clean up our mess a little bit here. We're going to elevate our block. We'll grab our zinc additive, our ZDDP. Put some of that in real quick. There we go. And we'll follow that with our Valvoline Advanced Synthetic 1030 motor oil. Oil looks good. Dipstick back in. All right. We now have oil and zinc additive. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and clean up this mess. And then I think we're going to do a test start. We'll just open up the garage, take it out, turn it over, make sure it starts, make sure there's no big problems, and then we'll move forward. We're putting the rest of this stuff back on, like the Series 30 torque converter, and then maybe even putting it back on the bike. So we'll be right back. All right, let's do our test run. See if we can get her to start with all these new parts. Let the gas go in real quick, fill up, and pull the choke just a hair, double check everything else. All right. We're running. Our grind for our fuel tank popped off. That's good to know that we're running. That means we got all applicable timings correct. That's good. All right. The video was just going to be me doing the upgrades on the engine, but we must throw in some additional footage here. So what we've done is we've got our 1-inch riser mounts for the engine. We've put rubber gaskets sandwiched in between both metal portions of the mounting surface. We're going to see if that helps out a little bit. There we go. All right. Let's see if we can get these lined up without too much to do. What do you think? Let's see. There you go. Everything's on but the guard. Let's take it for a quick run. We'll go from there.